Oh! Thank you for tuning in to Werewolves Shapeshifter Tarot. Today the question is, how do we build visions of freedom? And the tarot cards we have, the first one is the World Reversed. And this is telling us that as soon as we can recognize that we are upside down from where we want to be, you know how it goes. You're feeling great. You have a hopeful vision. You're succeeding. You're manifesting. You're working towards things. And then, for whatever reasons, you're down again and doubtful. This card is telling us to notice when we've been turned around as soon as possible. And while we're down there, this card resembles Odin hanging from the tree, so we can get some insight. When we are turned upside down, really be still and look at the world. Feel your feels and notice how your perception is working. How are you seeing things differently now than when you were hopeful? Really notice it. Because the way you're feeling is the energy, is the reality, is the manifestations that you're bringing through the portal. The portal is the world, because the world is always yours. You're always standing on top of the world. And whether you feel like you're upright or upside down, that is going to totally depend on what mindset you've got going on. And there's no shame in having a negative or doubtful mindset. It happens to everybody. A lot of that has to do with the wall beings. So that is coming soon, a spread about the wall beings and how to detect them, the harm they do, and how to protect yourself or free yourself from that harm. A lot of this negative feeling has to do with your vision and your voice. So your truth. And you hear that phrase go around a lot, like, speak your truth, know your truth, own your truth. This is my truth. What does that mean? It's what is in alignment with your soul. It's what your soul knows. It's that feeling that you know. It settles in your bones. You can feel it. It's that feeling that you get that's all powerful, all peaceful, even if it only lasts a few seconds at a time. I'm sure you felt it, and that's the truth. So, step one, how to create visions of freedom. And it came out visions instead of structures. Maybe just to help soften the word structures, or maybe to show that it's another aspect of structures. But we do a lot of our freedom work with visualization, because when we get down to the nitty-gritty of it, even though it seems like it's the world out there that's got us in lock and key, it's not. It's what's inside our minds. The real prison is in our mind. And we can free ourselves from that prison, and the world changes. Opportunities open up. People act and react differently around you. The way money flows changes. The way time flows changes. The way the economy flows changes. It all changes and bends around you. So visions are important, especially when we know them, when we can align with them, when we hear our soul's truth and we don't let worry get between us and that truth. We don't let doubt get between us and that truth. So the second card is this two of, in this deck I think it's gems, and this is definitely about balance and cleansing. So we're going to have doubts, we're going to get turned upside down, but we can't let it sink our ship. We can't let the waters become so stormy that we get topsy-turvy, because we notice it and we can balance it and make sure that we're cleansing ourselves and our energy, make sure our feet are on the ground, that we're grounded, that we're in nature, that we're feeling the abundance of nature and really trusting in that. How can you trust in it? Again, it's knowing your soul's truth. You can feel it. You know it. And you keep doubt from severing your faith, from severing what you know to be true. Because when you know something is true, you live it. But if you're doubting it, then it can't come through. It's blocked off. So this is about balancing our thoughts and our emotions. If a doubt creeps in, it's looking for the hidden wall beings, those hidden structures that are preventing us. That's their whole purpose, is to prevent us from knowing the truth in order to control, to trap, to contain, to lock away. Card 3 is the Ace of Gems reversed. So this is similar to that first card. When we get, and similar to what we were just talking about in the second card, so when we get turned upside down, worry blocks us off from our abundance, from our life force, from the rising of our kundalini, that energy. It blocks us off from our spiritual and soul truth. It's like being choked, and that's your vision, your throat chakra, and your third eye. So recognize this when it happens right away. If you're an adventurer and you like a good fight, this is the good fight. Even if it's not, a real battle or a real fight, it's recognizing what's trying to block you and disempowering it. Usually just recognizing it is enough, because if you know that they have no power over you except the power you give them, then when you recognize them, you recognize you're giving your power away, that you're blocking yourself from abundance, and you can stop giving your power away. Let's get some more cards. Let's just get really clear on how do we do that. How do we not give our power away? How do we reclaim our power? How do we keep our power? Okay, so how do we keep our power? We have Nine of Blades reversed, and I'm going to read from the book this one because it just says it so perfectly. For the Nine of Blades, the keywords are worry, paranoia, nightmares, disruption, pestering, rumors, anguish, mental instability. The subject in this card is plagued with nightmares and wants to make them stop. The Nine of Blades card points to the toxic actions of others and the feeling of being provoked to the point of hysteria. This card is a warning about what can happen to our mental state when we allow the opinions of others to disrupt our equilibrium. It may be advisable to take time away from lingering concerns, perhaps by engaging in recreational distraction or catching up on overdue rest. Return to the problem with a clear mind in order to be strategic instead of reactive. Okay, so we talk a lot about sitting with the feeling, but if it's getting to the point, of course, of hysteria or deep anxiety, taking a break through recreational distraction or any kind of distraction is fine, because the advice here is to return to the problem with a clear mind in order to be strategic instead of reactive. Okay, so here we have the Nine of Blades reversed, and we want to know, right, how to stop giving our power away. We really have to realize when the opinions of others, when the news, when thoughts and worry come up, that we have to take a break, and rest is really important. Your brain and your nervous system completely resets, recharges, and repairs itself when you sleep. So getting enough sleep is so important. The other card we have is the King of Hearts reversed. Okay, in this deck it's the King of Vessels. So in here it talks about the King of Vessels having achieved harmony between his conscious and subconscious mind. So therefore, he's aware of the thoughts that are turning him upside down. A lot of people call it the subconscious mind because it's a program that's in there, and it's really deep in there. It's memories of times you failed. It's memories of whispers of this isn't how you do it, you can't do it this way, you're not good enough. It's the subconscious programming that makes you compare yourself against everyone else and let you know you'll never be top tier. It's all all of it. We call it negative programming. That's what it is. That's what the wall beings do. So it could be people consciously or actively, doing that now, or just did it, or you just came across somebody and it left that feeling. Because, it's possible to pick up on their true thoughts and feelings about a situation. See, when we talk about the wall beings, we're going to talk about them next. They can work through people. We call them wall beings because they're hidden inside the structures of enslavement, the structures of the fifth sun. Okay? Okay. So he's aware of this harmony. He has a harmony going between what he's consciously working on, actively working on, the things that make him feel good, his manifestations, his dreams, and he's also aware of the subconscious programming. And doing that helps you to take your power back. Because when you're aware you're giving it away, oh, it was that thought. I'm starting to believe it again. I'm starting to make it my programming. I'm reinforcing that programming. Oh, okay, I'm going to stop doing that. I know that programming isn't true. It doesn't align with my soul. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel empowered. So anything that doesn't make you feel empowered, anything that's not aligned with that truth of your soul, it's not true. It's false. And when you recognize it, when you call it out to yourself even, or just to yourself, you don't need to tell everyone. You can say things when appropriate, but the necessary part is to know it. To tell yourself, that's why I'm turned upside down. I let that program come in. I reactivated that program, and now I'm going to deactivate it. It can be as simple as an on-off switch. You know how to do it. You know how to turn it off. You just got to catch it every time it comes up and turn it off. And it's not necessary, to do ceremony, but the soul really understands it. The soul speaks to you in symbols and dreams, and that's what ceremony is. It's very symbolic. So if you can create ceremonies where you're cleansing your energy, cleansing the programming, wiping it clean, wiping the hard drive clean, reprogramming it. When you can make ceremony for these things, it's strong. It's stronger. It's a strong magic. It helps you really to recreate your programming. So your subconscious, what's in there deep, what's working on auto, is freedom, is abundance, is love. Remember, though, that while even for the most part it says the king is quiet and charming, he may at times be prone to volatile fluctuations in temperament. We all are, and the part is to balance ourselves back out again, not fault ourselves, always love ourselves, forgive ourselves, understand, be understanding and patient and loving to ourselves, talk ourselves back up instead of shaming ourselves and putting ourselves down for making mistakes or letting old programming be reactivated, whatever. It might take a while to get it fully cleaned out, to wipe the hard drive. So you have to be patient and calm with yourself. But this is how we build visions of freedom, and this is how we take our power back. Okay, then I got these 3 oracle cards. The dolphin collar, pure, joyful friendships, loving help. And the first thing I saw with this one was the violet flame. So you can call on other beings, your spirit guides, your spirit team, water elements. That's come up recently for this group, so I think watery beginnings and relations are important here. You can call for help to cleanse your energy so that you can get turned right side up again. Oh yeah, because the second card is the resurrection, so it's come back, rebirth, renewal. Water is often a symbol for renewal and rebirth. So that is your comeback. You're not finished building your castle yet. You're going to keep building it. You're going to come back and keep building it. And the progress you made didn't get wiped away. Maybe it was held on pause for a second. That's okay. Everybody needs a break. Everybody needs to rest. So sometimes just take it. If you're in a negative attitude or you're feeling hopeless again, it's a time to rest, to nourish yourself. Make sure you're drinking water. And hydration doesn't just come from drinking water. Water can just flush right through you, especially with most sources of water today. So make sure you bless your water. You can add a little bit of salt to it. Drink your water with fruit. Eat lots of fruit like watermelon and cucumbers. Because those are really hydrating foods to eat. And you should probably have some water with vegetables too. Like if you have a carrot or something, some celery with your water, because it helps to get nutrients spread through your body, and it helps to hold in the water. So does salt. Use a good Himalayan salt, mineral salt. I think most of you know that. You don't get the overly processed white table salt anymore, right? You can get a real salt that still has the minerals in it, still has the good charge in it. It's really good, healthy for you. Helps you to retain water when you need to. It also helps with the currents, the electrical currents going through your brain. Okay, enough of that. We have the gathering for the last card here, 33, so that's mastery. Community, kinship, companionship. Again, this talks a lot about calling in help, making a ceremony of it. And remember your dream. You're resurrecting your dream, and most likely it involves community, real community, a community of free people. And that's what we're building here with our freedom visualizations. So thank you so much for joining me tonight on Werewolves Shapeshifter Tarot. I hope to see you again.